Hey guys, this is Sam, and I'm here at Ear Witness Studios, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. This month I'm going to do something that I haven't done previously before, and that is a video series, and I've been thinking about doing this for a long time, finally getting around to putting something together that will have 3, 4, 5 videos here that will all be related to one topic. So in the last 2 or 3 years, I've become very interested and passionate about music that might find its home somewhere on a television show, a movie, soundtrack, car commercial, any kind of placement. So I've been researching and pushing myself more to understand what kind of music gets licensed and sync. I think it's really the way that the music industry has gone too, since artists have been trying to figure out new ways to capitalize on their talents monetarily. Sync and licensing has become an important part of that to keep artists doing what they do. Creating songs or shaping a song, producing a song that has a goal of master, license, sync, something that could be placed for television or a movie or a commercial spot. I hope this is something that helps you get a little something out of it, see my workflow, the way I might shape a song. This song that I'm going to be working on is one that my wife actually started writing. We're kind of team co-writing it together. She gave me kind of a base foundation of what she was writing, and you're going to see my process of working with a songwriter as well to kind of complement that, put it together, and make it something that is commercial and ready to go to music supervisors, to publishing companies. So I hope you get something out of this, and this is my YouTube series on shaping a song for the placement market. So what I have here is I have the piano track that was the writing part of this, and I have some vocals. I cut and pasted it over here because I'm going to work backwards here, re-engineer kind of what I did already. So this is kind of the base foundation, this first part of this song, and it's basically just I'm going to be working with some loops and putting some loops over this. I started off with loops from I Want That Sound. So if you don't have their loops, that's definitely a great starting point for something that will sound commercial and pop. Those guys really know what they're doing as far as crafting sounds. I used Pro Tools 12.7 here, and I went through and just looked in kind of the loop feature here that will place different types of loops within the right BPM of the song. So I'll show you this beginning here of the piano of what I had to work with here. And you can hear it's really open and just simple chords like a songwriter might put down as they're just writing a song. So first thing I did was I went through and listened to a bunch of different loops, and I'll spare you all of that. That's just something that just takes time, and you get to know your loop packages, and as you work with things, you'll hear something. And so I stumbled on this holla beat, and so it sounds something like this at first, just together with the piano. So that's a starting point. And what I'll do a lot of times with a loop like this is I hear it and it's going along with the beat, but I don't have a lot of control of it, and the mixer is not going to have a lot of control of it because it is a stereo beat, a stereo loop here. So the next thing I did in Pro Tools is I went up and got Beat Detective, and I did capture selection here and analyze this beat, and basically separated it out and chopped this beat up into kicks, hi-hats, and snares the best I could. So I hit the go button and I chopped that beat up. And so now I'm going to go back to the beginning here, and I'll show you what I did with that. I basically pulled it onto different tracks. So I took just the kicks off of that loop. Sounds like this. So that is just the kicks there with the loop. What I've done then here is I put the kicks on one track from the loop and put the snares right here on another track. And then also, this should be moved up to kind of sit alongside of them. I have 3 stereo tracks of the kick and the hi-hat and the snare from that loop. I separated them all out from chopping it up in Beat Detective. Sounds something like this right here. So you can hear the basic of the loop is still there. Another thing I did was supplement some of those sounds. I put a clap with that snare and another kick, and I just basically zoomed in and lined them up. And the great thing is once you do like, 4 or 8 bars of this, then you kind of have something you can cut and paste over and over again. So I also found what's called a top loop. A top loop was in I Want That Sound drums. And I think I got that from, let's see here if I can find where I got the top loops from. As part of maybe, yeah, it's got to be here somewhere. Is that the Dustin Burnett? Oh, the Darren King is where I got this original loop from. All right, so let's listen to them all together. Now that I've separated those out and added an extra clap sound and an extra kick sound in there. Sounds something like this. So that glued pretty well together, and I just cut and paste that over and over again. And as I start to build the song, I can cut out certain sections or parts or add things in there if I'm going to build on like a pre-chorus or a chorus. So let me mute here. I'm going to show in another video some of the synth stuff that I added into here. And here's the vocal too. So let me play a little bit here. I had another beat. I'm going to mute this because I didn't think I liked what that was doing, if I remember correctly. So let me play through this and see kind of what we have going so far.
There's nothing you can't do. Stay true to what you know. And don't give up the fight. You're stronger than you show.
And something I really want to do here is just build this all up. Hopefully in the end here, we're going to add a bunch more instruments, maybe acoustic guitar, electric guitar, a real bass player. I think still I would add live drums on top of this too, but just wanted to give you a little sample here of how I kind of just start off and begin this whole thing. A lot of times I try to just take something so simple like the piano and build it up. So I'll have a second video coming up here where I will show kind of what I'm going to do with some sounds from Native Instrument and synth type stuff. And as I add in some live instruments too. And we're also going to play with the vocal melodies and kind of switch up how the song is sung. And we're just trying to kind of craft this. So we got kind of a base foundation, and it's just like crafting it into something that will be commercial and something that will catch the ear of maybe a music supervisor or a sync, someone who's looking for songs to license and sync. All right, thanks, and catch me on the next video.